In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. First of all, dear respected teacher and fellows, Assalamu alaikum. I am Mushahid Hussain and my presentation topic is HOUYHNHNMLAND. HOUYHNHNMLAND has been taken from Gulliver's Travels book written by Jonathan Swift. As far as HOUYHNHNMLAND is concerned, it is totally satire on humanity. HOUYHNHNM is part 4 of the book Gulliver's Travels. First and foremost, what is the meaning of HOUYHNHNMLAND? Basically, HOUYHNHNMLAND is a combination of two words, HOUYHNHNM and land. HOUYHNHNM means race of horses and land means place. Chapter 1. The author sets out as captain of a ship. His men conspire against him, confine him a long time to his cabin, and set him on shore in an unknown land. He travels up into the country, the Yahoos, a strange sort of animal described. The author meets two HOUYHNHNMs. After 5 months at home, Gulliver leaves his children and pregnant wife yet again to go on his 4th voyage. This time as captain, not long into the trip, his crew mutinies, locking him into his cabin for a great deal of time and threatening to murder him. Eventually, the crew, who planned to become pirates, dropped Gulliver off on an unknown island. Gulliver walks inland until he comes across a field of strange creatures. After observing them for some time, he comments upon the whole. I never beheld in all my travels so disagreeable an animal, nor one against which I naturally conceived so strong an antipathy. Soon Gulliver comes to realize that these are actually naked human beings behaving like cattle. Gulliver comes face to face with one of them. He hits it with the side of his blade when it comes at him violently. The animal, like human, which Gulliver later learns is called a Yahoo, cries out, causing the rest of the 40 Yahoos to surround Gulliver. Gulliver fears the worst until the Yahoos suddenly flee because of a grey horse coming towards them. The horse takes an interest in Gulliver and circles him until another horse comes along. Gulliver observes that their whinnies to each other sound almost like a language. Gulliver hears the word Yahoo several times and repeats it to the great surprise of both horses. The horses then teach Gulliver the word HOUYHNHNM, which Gulliver later learns is their word for themselves for horse. Afterward, the grey horse signals to Gulliver that he should walk in front of him, which he does. Chapter 2. The author conducted by a HOUYHNHNM to his house. The house described. The author's reception, the food of HOUYHNHNMs. The author, in distress for want of meat, is at last relieved. His manner of feeding in this country. Gulliver and the grey horse arrive at a home where Gulliver expects to meet the horse's human masters. The two move through every room of the house and meet several other horses before Gulliver realizes that the grey horse is the master of the house. After some discussion between the horse and his wife about whether or not Gulliver is in fact a Yahoo, he is brought out to the stable where the Yahoos are kept and is made to stand next to one of them. Aside from the extra hair, longer nails and nakedness of the Yahoo, they are the same. Gulliver makes a kind of bread out of the horse's oats for his dinner and is given a small room near the house with some hay to sleep in. Chapter 3. After about 3 months of living among the HOUYHNHNMLAND, Gulliver has learned their language quite well and can answer most of their questions. He tells them about the mutiny that landed him on their shores. But they have a very difficult time understanding because they have no concept of what a lie is. They tell Gulliver that the word HOUYHNHNM in their tongue signifies a horse, and its etymology, the perfection of nature. The horses believe that Gulliver is a Yahoo, but a more rational and civilized Yahoo. Gulliver, wanting to separate himself from the Yahoos as much as possible, asks not to be called a Yahoo anymore. Chapter 4. The HOUYHNHNM's Nation of Truth and Falsehood. The author's discourse disapproved by his master. The author gives a more particular account of himself and the accidents of his voyage. Gulliver continues explaining the concept of lying to his master. He also explains the relationship of horses and humans back in England. The horses cannot believe that humans would be able to control creatures that are so much stronger than they are, but Gulliver explains that horses are tamed beginning at a very young age. Thank you so much for listening to me.